out on the floor. The East and the West, the battle for matter. Only the music can settle the score. Rock till you die. Rock till you die. You die alone, then turning to bone. So rock till you die. Yeah, bones reflecting my eyes, and when they eat my flesh. But I got the power to win all the hours and rock my life away. The sound of the crowd, the creak of the bones. I play it so loud with my mates or alone. It don't really matter if my world should shatter. I hold it together in order to stone. Rock till you die. Rock till you die. You die all alone, then turn into bone. So rock till you die. Rock till you die. Rock till you die. You die alone, then turn into bone. So rock till you die. Rock till you die. Rock till you die. You die alone, then turn back to bone. So rock till you die. Rock till you die. Rock till you die. You die alone, then turning to bone. So rock till you die. Rock till you die. Rock till you die. Rock till you die.
Hello there, Matthew J. Elliott here, taking time out from doing British things like correcting people's grammar and, well, that's it really, to congratulate you, the listener, for selecting the True Blue Riffcast. Yes, you could have picked any one of the thousands of Riff Tracks themed podcasts on the web, but your perspicacity led you to seek out the #1 Riff Tracks podcast, and for that, you shall be commended. Now, I'm going to turn you over to your hosts, Dave and Jeremy, and I shall board a flight back to England without even so much as the boxed lunch I'd been promised.
Thank you, Matthew J. Elliott. This is indeed the True Blue Riffcast, the #1 Riff Tracks podcast in the world. I am Jeremy, and I am joined, as always, by...
Sup up, everyone. I'm Dave. Sup up. Sup up. That's a new way to say sup is sup up.
Sup up. Sup up, Dave. Oh, it's
That's
been a
a
while.
way to say it when you're inhibited by booze.
Sup
Yeah.
up. Yeah, with spring
Yeah, it's
break
been a
and the Mario movie and, you know, general life stuff. I think it's been like a month.
Well, the Mario movie kind of, I guess. Has it been that long?
Well, I think so, yeah. Yeah. Because it was like right after the first week of the Kickstarter was, I think, our last episode that we were
Oh,
able
damn.
to do.
Well, then I guess it has been that long.
But I say Mario movie, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the fact, I work at a movie theater. I'm a manager there. And so every day last week from like Wednesday to Sunday, that was my life, dealing with all of these children flooding our theater to see the Super Mario Brothers movie, and some adults with just other adults coming to see it. And all walking out and talking about how much they loved it. That's all I heard, was everybody talking about how much they loved it. I haven't seen it yet. My kids really want to. They were mad at me because last night the wife and I went to go see Renfield instead of taking them to go see Mario.
Well, I mean, I saw it. I saw it. My brother's family was in town from North Carolina, and actually, this is like the first time this podcast got delayed because of this particular movie. Because I was like, because they wanted to see it on opening. I had no idea that they had already bought tickets for me to go see it with them. And so I had to text Jeremy. I was like, because originally I wasn't going to go see it, but I don't often get to spend time with with my brother and his kids because they live in North Carolina, obviously. And I texted Jeremy. He's like, "Hey, I gotta go see this movie with my brother and his kids. Can we push this off to next week?" And Jeremy's like, "Sure, absolutely." And then what happened the next week, Jeremy?
What did happen the next week? That's this week.
You said
Isn't it this
you were
week?
you said you were very tired.
Oh yeah,
From
yeah, because we were gonna do it on like
yeah.
Monday, and I'm like, dude, I'm
Yeah.
so just wiped out from this weekend. Like I had nothing. Monday was one of my days off this week, and I literally had nothing left in the tank. Like I slept until like 12:30 on Monday.
Yeah, that's all because of the Mario movie.
Yes, it's all because of the Mario movie. Oh man. Speaking of the Mario movie, let's take a look at the weekend box office real quick. I wonder what the number one movie is. That's right. It's the Super Mario Brothers movie. It brought in just over Easter weekend. It brought in $166.4 million.
That's ridiculous.
Right now, it's up to $224.7 million. John Wick Chapter 4 was in second place, bringing in $16 million, which is already done at our theater. It was in our theater for 3 weeks, and it's done already because of all the other new crap that's coming out. The movie Air brought in just under $16 million. Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves was at $15.5 million, and Scream 6 bringing up the bottom of the top five with $3.8 million. So there's top five for this past week in the box office. Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves, excellent movie. I highly recommend going to see it. Even if you don't know anything about Dungeons & Dragons, it's still really good. They did a great job with that.
I know nerds like to play it.
Yeah, nerds
Talk
like
about
it.
Nerds,
yeah. But you don't have to know anything about how it's played. You'll just appreciate some of the stuff that they put into it more if you are familiar with it. Like it really does feel like people sitting around playing a game, making bad decisions, and this is what happens to their characters. Like it's, and you can tell like they did a really good job of visually representing like what a rolling a 1 on your 20-sided die would happen, like what that would cause to happen, how bad you would fail at it, or if you roll like a really high roll. It's like you can tell just from watching the events unfold, like who rolled well and who didn't, and I really appreciate that. As
you can tell the characters die roll.
Yes, you can feel it just from how from how bad things turn out. There's a scene that happens early on in the movie where they're escaping being captured, and it's just Chris Pine's Bard and Michelle Rodriguez's Barbarian that are there, and he's sitting there and he's trying to break his rope on the edge of a stair the whole time where she's kicking everybody's ass. Like she pulls a brick out of the ground and like just beats the hell out of everybody. And so you can tell he rolled a 1 and she rolled like a 19 or something. It was good. A lot of good humor in it. Same with Renfield. Renfield has a lot of really good humor in it. That movie's opening this weekend. I saw it last night, as I mentioned earlier. And Nick Cage, I cannot think of somebody better to play Dracula the way that he was played, other than Nick freaking Cage.
See, I don't think Nick Cage should be allowed in movies at all. So.
Oh no, it was excellent. Like he did such a good job of it, and I was kind of worried. I'm like, oh, it's Nick Cage. How's he gonna be? Because you never know which Nick Cage you're getting.
Did he actually like say lines? Like, what was that movie? That stupid movie where it was like an overnight janitor or something. He didn't have any lines. He just beat up a bunch of people.
Are you talking about Willy's Wonderland, where he's like, it's like a Five Nights at Freddy's thing?
Like that sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I haven't actually seen that, so I don't know. Which it seems like a movie that I would have watched, so it just I didn't watch it. But no, he did good. It was very funny. The only thing that really kind of let me down was the fact that they used a lot of CG blood, and you can tell that they used a lot of CG blood because it looks not great. And it's very much also feels like two different movies put together to make a whole movie that was an hour and a half long. Like, it felt like two 45-minute movies, like, that they smushed together. And
like Riding with Death.
Yeah, and kind of like, you know, interlocked some of the storylines at the last minute. Because in one movie you've got Renfield and Dracula, and then in the other movie you have Awkwafina playing a cop, where literally every other cop in her precinct is a dirty cop and on the take from this crime family, and they kind of like smush the crime family and Dracula together at the end, and like they become one evil force that the people have to fight. But they still did it in a good way.
Did they
Ben
kill
Schwartz,
Dracula?
Can you ever actually really kill Dracula?
But did they kill Dracula?
Whatever they did, I'm not going to say what they did or how they did it at the end, but he does say there's a lot of confusion, like he's narrating this part. He said that there's a lot of confusion out there on how to actually kill vampires, because there's so many different like ways that it says you can do it.
Oh, they're doing that trope. Okay.
And they're just like, I don't even know if this is actually going to end up killing him, but it will take him a very long time to get out.
Oh, like Castlevania.
Yeah, like Castlevania.
He'll come around the next 100 years, so the next Belmont can kill him.
Yeah. I would watch an actual Castlevania movie. I don't know. As long as it's not done the same way as a Mario movie.
Really sucks, but whatever.
Yeah, parts of it were okay. But that's the weekend box office with talking about some new releases for you a little bit.
Can I say one thing about
go for it.
About the Mario movie?
Yeah.
I would say see it in theaters if kids that you actually like to go see it with. Otherwise, wait to rent it once. There's some really good jokes in it.
Oh, jeez.
It's better than the first Mario movie, the Mario movie we got when we were kids. But I mean, my main beef with it, I had a good time just because I was there with my nieces and nephews. But it really feels like they had the opportunity to make something like really special, but instead they just played it really, 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 really safe. And just designed it for kids exclusively. So I think if they do a second one, I think they should go dark. I think they should have an actual plot. I think they should make Bowser scary and not a comedic villain. But yeah, those are my thoughts. It's worth seeing it once in the theater if you're a fan and you have kids.
Yeah. That's the only reason I plan on seeing it in theater. Otherwise, I would have been perfectly content to wait till it showed up at home in some way, shape, or form. But I don't get to do that, so. Oh, boy. Well, let's take a look real quick and see what the hell James Wan is up to. Turns out, not much.
What is he up to? Because, like,
He hasn't been doing much.
Coming along.
I don't know, because the last thing he posted was stuff from his trip to Greece. And then the painting for the title card for Birdemic, which we showed on here already. The last thing that he's posted was April 2nd, and that was a picture from his 57th birthday.
I want to send him a card to say, "Dear James, I hate your guts.
You're 1 foot closer in the grave."
Yes. Rot in hell, Dave.
But Dave's not bitter, folks. He's
No,
not
not
bitter.
at all. Even though I totally 100%.
Even though you totally am. Oh, man. All right. Well, today we're going to be taking a look at the newest release from Riff Tracks, which would have been last Friday's release of The Bad Pack.
The Bad Pack.
This was...
Sorry, what's that guy's name? Robert Davi?
Yes, Robert Davi. This was a direct-to-video independent action film made in 1997.
It's that late, huh?
With Robert Davi, Rowdy Roddy Piper, and then a bunch of other people that nobody
With the
knows.
horrendous American accent.
This, I love it. I'm looking at Wikipedia for it, and it has one thing under reception, and it just says, this movie was not a big hit and got very poor reviews. Yeah, this movie was not...
This is a stub about a movie. You can expand on it by expanding on it.
Yeah, but there's nothing to expand on it about. Like, literally nothing. There was a guy in it who was a professional wrestler, Robert Swenson. He was Jeep Swenson or Jeep the Mercenary or the very awful name The Final Solution.
That is pretty bad.
Which was then changed to The Ultimate Solution after they got some complaints at Turner headquarters from Jewish organizations about The Final Solution.
I just realized.
And then they changed it to The Ultimate Solution. They claimed that they were unaware that the Final Solution was the name of the plan to, destroy all Jewish people from Adolf Hitler.
The Holocaust.
Yeah.
We'll call it the Oven Conspiracy.
Oh, man. But he was in this movie, and then before it came out, he died.
Wow.
He had died of heart failure before the movie was released. But he was literally in it like maybe a minute and a half, just to show how strong this guy who's totally not Arnold Schwarzenegger, Ralph Moeller.
Well, do you want to hear something interesting? Something similar happened with a movie that I riffed 10 years ago now, called Jesse James Meets Frankenstein's Daughter.
Oh, yes.
And they actually used the end card from that in Riff Tracks the Game, which makes me wonder if they're going to... It's public domain.
Yeah, I don't know why they've never done that movie.
Yeah, it's great, but there's a character in that movie that I despise. Her name's Juanita, and she's completely useless. And in my riff, I just decimate this character.
Nice.
And then I for some reason I didn't even look at the Wikipedia page for it until after I was finished with the riff, and I uploaded it. And this woman, the actress, it was her final role, and she died before the movie came out. And I spent the whole riff just eviscerating her character, and I was just I felt so bad.
I mean, I wouldn't. It's not like you're the one who, caused her death from it or something.
No, yeah, but
But yeah, this movie is about a former agent of something. It's never like specified what
the Confederacy.
the Confederacy.
Jerry.
Yes, yeah. The dude is wearing a Confederate soldier hat through like at least 60% of his screen time in this movie.
Which, I mean, okay, look, I get it. If, like, you know, but if that's like your heritage, then whatever. But like, he doesn't even have like a Southern accent, which makes you wonder, like, what his motivations are by wearing that thing.
Yeah. It was an interesting. I'm sorry, guys, about the coughing. I'm still recovering from a cold. All the weather changing here. The other day, we had a rainstorm, and I sent a message to Dave about it, and he sent me back a picture of all the snow that they had just gotten outside.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And it's been going like 70 degrees and then 48 degrees and then 80 degrees and then 40 degrees, and my body just wants to kill itself because of it. And
It's been like that here.
yeah, it's not great. So I apologize for all the coughing, but
Well, you better.
yeah. By the way, real quick, the average audience score for this movie on Rotten Tomatoes, 33%, which is higher than I expected it to be, honestly.
Yeah, I was about to say that seems high.
Yeah, it's pretty high. The IMDb rating is 4.3 out of 10, so that's
Oh, wow. Well, that
even worse.
seems more appropriate. Oh no, wait.
No, that's higher. That's
4.3. I thought it was gonna be like just 4.3%, not 4.3 out of 10.
yeah, no, 4.3% is more like it, honestly, for this movie.
Yeah.
This
Yes, that seems.
there was just a
that seems
whole
more
lot.
apropos.
Yeah. Just a whole lot of nothing going on in this movie until like the last 10 minutes when they decide to go attack the base of this militia, because it's a militia, and they're attacking a small city in Texas that's mostly.
Was it Texas?
Yeah, it was Texas. Mostly Mexican immigrants, and that's why they're attacking them, because they don't like them. And they actually said this was in '97. So, but they go up to the guy played by McHugh, played by Robert Davi, and they're like, "Yeah, we've got this right wing militia that's attacking us because they don't like the fact that we're just a town full of Mexican people." And then it goes to the guy leading the mercenaries, and he's talking about how they're the real patriots, and they got to keep these people out of our country, and a lot of stuff that you might be hearing these days. But I thought that was kind of interesting for a movie from 30 years ago. Should be
Don't say that. It was 25 years ago.
yeah, whatever.
All right.
It's close enough.
Yeah.
Once you get to our age, it's close enough. But
Yeah.
McHugh has to put together a team of people that he knows to go protect these people. It's basically the Seven Samurai, Magnificent Seven. I know they joke about Magnificent Seven a few times in the movie, in the riff. And that's basically what this is, except they don't have 7 people until.
And one is a hot lady.
Yeah. Well, they get their 7th when they find the guy who was undercover in the militia that got found out, and they beat the crap out of him and dumped him on a dirt road in the middle of the desert to die. And Roddy Piper and I can't remember the other guy's real name, but they called him Straitjacket because they busted him out of a mental hospital.
That's so crazy.
That was such a weird scene at the mental hospital, because it's McHugh and who's the other guy?
I watched this like 2 weeks ago. Do you know how much of this has left my brain already?
The guy played by Larry B. Scott. Jeremy Britt was his name. He was the other guy at the diner that just happened to see McHugh beat the crap out of these people that came in to rob it. And he just followed him back to where he gave him a ride, and he ended up like joining up with him. But it's McHugh and Jeremy, and they go to this Clearview Mental Hospital, and there's all these women running around out front in their hospital gowns with the backs open so you can see their underwear.
Yeah, with their underwear peeking out.
And one of them runs up to Jeremy and just lays one on him, just a huge kiss. And he's like into it.
Smacks the crap out of him.
Like it's one of those big, like they wrap their arms around each other and they're just like, their lips are having a lot of fun. And then she stops and she smacks him and says, "You're not my boyfriend," and then takes off running.
That was great riff after that. I think Mike said, that's how most of my dates ended or something.
Yeah. And then off in the distance in the background, you see straitjacket running, a dude in a straitjacket running away from two orderlies. And he runs and gets in the car, and they talk about how they have to bleach the straitjacket because it's all yellowed and gross.
Oh,
that was the riff that they did there. But they get in the car and
but still gross.
Yeah, just take off with him. Just abscond with this guy from the mental institution.
That sounds irresponsible.
But this movie is very, very much a direct-to-video mid-90s action movie.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole the whole deal of this. And the final siege of the bad guys' like warehouse, where they just have the one guard gate that says Sons of Texas on it, like spray painted onto the window, like with a stencil thing. It's so lame. It's so bad. Like it's not even like an entertaining shootout. Most of the times these movies, they at least can have some fun shootouts, and this just doesn't. The way that the bad guy goes out is so dumb too. Like he like shoots him so he can't walk, and he's like, that way you can't step on anybody ever again. And he's like, you got about 2 minutes till you're pixie dust. How fast can you crawl? Because they set up a bunch of bombs in there, and it shows the timer going down. There's 20 seconds left. The dude, McHugh, goes back to the dude crawling around.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he goes back to the
and
guy.
he's just like, oh, and this is because you suck at playing poker. And then he shoots him and kills him. Like, what? Like, why would you go back? The dude's going to die. He's going to explode.
They were doing some, okay, and not for nothing during this final showdown, they were just throwing everything in this thing, right?
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
there was like a bike stunt.
Yep.
For no reason. Like, why did that happen?
Because they had the motorcycles. I mean, obviously, we saw a bunch of motorcycles multiple times in this movie. I like the joke where the one guy's doing the wheelie, and the guy's just like, "I'm not trying to do this. Help me!" I think it might have been Kevin who did that one. I don't remember who delivered that one, but it was pretty good.
Well, okay. Let me ask you this, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Which final villain death is better? The one from McBain, where Christopher Walken jumps down out of the ceiling and just blows away El Presidente, or this one?
The one in McBain.
You think so?
Simply because of the fact that he had to come down from the ceiling. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. That makes it a little more entertaining.
Well, yeah.
I think.
Well, I really enjoyed this riff because like it really did feel like it had a lot of like McCain. What am I thinking?
McBain?
What's the name? I just said it. What's the name
Yeah, McBain,
of
yeah.
the movie? McBain, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so McBain, the McBain Mutiny, because it had McBain vibes. and it was just like really reminiscent of like 2013 riffs of a decade ago now.
Yeah.
And I was really, really enjoying it. And I was just like, okay, for me, this is a worthy addition to my library. I think I'm probably going to watch this one again.
Yeah, this one was a lot of fun. It was good. I did like the joke in there when they first went to the town that they were defending, and they like called a meeting, and it showed the face of the villagers, and they just all looked like dejected, and they're like, oh, they just found out that Brian Bosworth isn't coming to save them.
Stone Cold reference.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Oh man, yeah, that was a good riff. It was another one of those like no idea what the hell this movie is, and it turns out, oh hey, this is perfect mid-90s cheese for them to riff on.
Yeah.
Because and that's as soon as the movie started, I turned to Joy because she was sitting there next to me. She wasn't really paying attention, but I asked her. I said, "So, do you think this was like made for TV, or was it direct to video?" Because it had that quality about it that anybody who's ever watched a mid-90s direct to video movie knows exactly what I'm talking about. Because it's just that they all had the exact same level of production quality.
Oh yeah,
and that's big time what came out of this movie. Yeah. All right, Dave. You ready? It's time to rank it.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
It's time to rank it. Let me bring up our list here because I
Scorecard.
forgot to do that. Where is it? There we go. All right, so yeah, the last one we did was when Cyclone came out, which was about a month ago.
Oh wow.
We've missed a few Bridget and Mary Jo and Matthew J and Ian releases since then, but yeah, we'll go over them.
We got it.
All right, so the plot for the Bad Pack. What do you think?
We're using the riff track sliding scale.
Yes.
On the riff track sliding scale, if like Cats is a 0, then like that's how I'm going to calibrate it. Like Cats is a 0, and like the Apple is like a 10. I'd give it a 5. It's like right there, middle of the road. As far as plot
middle.
goes.
All right, so it's gonna be 2.5 out of 5.
Oh right, okay, yeah, okay, we're 5. What am I thinking?
I mean, it's basically like I said, the Magnificent Seven or the Seven Samurai. So there is a plot there. It's been done to hell, but there is a plot there.
Yeah.
The acting.
Oh goodness. Well, okay. First of all, Roddy Piper's American accent is, man, he is really putting it on. Like he is trying way too hard to sound like an American.
Yeah.
And not just that. I mean, Robert Davi is an okay actor in the right roles, but this was not the right role for him. Oh no, it's not a 3. I'll give it a 2. I mean, it's not super bad.
I was in Die Hard, so I'm better than you. That was such a great riff. Oh, the dialogue in this is bad. The dialogue is.
I'll go 1. You can go higher if you want. But...
No. I was not going to. I was definitely going to give that a 1 because it's so bad. Cinematography. I don't really remember anything like good in this, like sweeping shots even, or
I don't remember anything bad about the cinematography either. That's the thing. So
yeah,
2.5.
2.5, sure.
Yeah, it was like atrocious.
No, there's definitely been worse. Even in movies in the same genre. Like Atomic Eden. Which feels like it should have come out around the same time as this one, even though it didn't. The editing I didn't notice any like
hate
big
it.
issues with anything.
No, I didn't notice any big issues in editing. I mean,
No.
it's not like, yeah. So I don't know, 2.
Yeah. Perfectly acceptable for a movie of this caliber. The effects, there wasn't really
yeah.
much to go on. I mean, the stunt work was fine. They had a pickup truck with a machine gun mounted in the bed of it, and I mean it had a good muzzle flash. Like that wasn't like cheesily added on after. It seemed like a practical effect. I think it was perfectly passable.
And we'll go 2.5.
2.5. Sound design and music. It was your basic action flick.
I'd give it a 2. Yeah, I mean, it's just this movie is really just like average as far as riff tracks goes.
Yeah. Directing. What do you think? I'd say probably 2. Yeah.
I don't want to give a guy a 1, but it wasn't like a 3.
The personality of the movie itself. Did this have any like? It really just felt like everybody was doing it for just to get paid. Like,
yeah,
I didn't really feel like it had
like
a ton of charm or anything.
I did enjoy it. I'll probably watch it again.
Yeah,
but like, you know, it's above a 2. I wouldn't go above 3 or 3.5. So I'll just like 3. Yeah, I
3?
think it's
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this movie is perfectly watchable. It's not like a few that we've gotten this year that we probably won't ever watch again, like Cyclone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's perfectly fine film. It was a good choice. This was
yeah, I really liked it.
You know, it's kind of on the good side of the we all like pancakes.
Yeah.
This was good. All right, let's add this up real quick. See what our final score is.
Oh, did we not say the riffs?
Oh, yeah, the riffs. Anymore? The riffs. Sorry, I didn't scroll down. What do you
I'd
think,
give it a 4.
Dave? A 4? Solid 4.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
yeah, it's an A, not an A plus, but an A, so 4.
Plus 1, 2.5. Wow, this is a pretty decently scoring movie. 23.5 out of a possible 50.
Is that good or bad?
That's
good.
Like Cyclone,
like in the recent past.
Cyclone was 12, I believe, which is kind of surprising that it got that high.
Yeah, considering. Well, I mean,
yeah,
Cats. Well, I mean, yeah, Cats is
the all-time lowest scoring.
Probably. Cats, I think, is probably the worst. I can't fathom anything being worse than Cats.
No, and if they ever find it,
it was real painful.
Yeah, like watching Birdemic 3 without riffs. Real painful.
Oh. Well, I really hope they do Birdemic 3. Like, they can skip Birdemic 2. I don't care about that. But, like, it would be kind of a shame if Birdemic 3 didn't get a riff.
Birdemic 3 feels more in line with Birdemic 1 than Birdemic 2.
Yeah. It has more authenticity.
Yeah. It's more authentically terrible instead of trying. Like, I'm not sure how I feel about that. Okay, we've been talking about Birdemic, and my brain just switched over to a different movie that's going to be coming out, or that has already had a showing or two, I think. But that's Tommy Wiseau's new movie.
Oh no!
Big Shark.
That looks so stupid.
Yeah.
I'm not
but was he trying? That's the question. Was he trying? Or was he
Well,
like, I'm
okay,
going to
look.
make this like The Room because that turned out to be a success, even though it wasn't in the way that I intended originally?
Yeah, that's his shtick now. But the thing is, he doesn't know how to. The Room is like lightning in a bottle, and
Yeah.
he thinks that okay. So Tommy Wiseau thinks bad equals good, but I don't think that he's too dense to realize that. And I've talked to the man. I like him, but I think he's a little too dense to realize that the reason that people like The Room was because it was authentically bad
Yeah.
and not a manufactured bad.
It was authentically bad because the people were actually trying to make a movie.
Yeah.
Like you could tell. It's the same with Miami Connection. Like you could tell, even though nobody knew what the hell they were doing, they were trying. Like they were threw everything they had into making these movies. And that's what makes them special. It's the character and the personality of the movie, like we were just talking about.
Yeah.
It has like an actual heart behind it. And that's what makes them special. Like even
Yes.
even the first Birdemic has that because he was trying, like with that one. Birdemic 2, he wasn't trying with that one. That one was
no,
just
he
like
really wasn't. I mean, well, you could say the same thing about Julian Jack and Replica.
yeah.
Yeah, you can tell, but like, man, and even with Birdemic 3. Do you want to cover Big Shark on the podcast? Is it out?
They've done a couple like theater screenings for it.
What's the word?
I don't know. I don't know if they've actually done them yet, or if it's just something that's going to happen. I know I saw something about the like a Portland screening, and that was supposed to be the first one, but I don't remember off the top of my head when it was supposed to be.
Of course, it's Portland.
Yeah, but I think that's going to be like the first real showing of it. And I don't know when it's going to hit digital, like when it's supposed to be released. Let's see if I can find something here real quick. Let's say the initial release was April 1st. And it premiered in April 2nd in Portland, Oregon. It's set to have a limited roadshow release, Oregon. And but it doesn't say when it's going to be come out. It's going to be shown in New Orleans, April 28th and 29th, which is where the movie takes place, in New Orleans. In San Francisco, May 5th and 6th. In Los Angeles, June 2nd and 3rd. And in New York City, August 10th, 11th, and 12th. I would imagine it will be released sometime after that on probably DVD and Blu-ray through his website. I don't see him releasing it any other way.
Yeah, because we all know he doesn't like distributors.
Yeah, because I mean, it's not even like you can't even watch The Room anywhere.
No, you can't. You have to buy the stupid DVD.
Yeah, you can't. I'm honestly surprised that that's not up somewhere to watch.
I
Or
just
to even,
realized
like-
I probably haven't seen The Room since Riff Tracks Live.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Or since the MP3 came out for it.
that's
long
still
time.
that's
Wow,
quite a
yeah.
while. Yeah,
Might
might
have
need to,
fire that up.
I might need
Have we
to
talked about it
also.
on the podcast? We
Oh
we
yeah,
had to.
yeah. Oh yeah. We
Okay.
talked about The Room at length. Because I have this stupid dog, the stupid plush dog. I got that and one of his jackets that didn't fit me, and so I gave it to my son.
Oh, okay.
So he's got the jacket that says "Love is blind." It's like embroidered on the front of it.
Love is blind.
It's so funny, and I'm on Tommy's website right now, and it's just funny because I'm looking at. I just clicked on the jacket to take me to the page, and how you can see Greg's jaw, and like the edge of his like hair hanging down from modeling these things.
What if
for
we get
him.
Greg Sestero on the podcast? That would be fantastic. We probably have to pay him though.
Yeah, probably. But that would probably be worth it. I don't know. I wouldn't mind talking to Greg. I've never done that. Unlike some people here.
I've talked to him. I've interviewed him for the Riff Wiki, but that was like a text interview. I think. I don't know. It's been a while. It's been like 9 years.
Speaking of things that some of us have never done before, I am making plans. To everybody who's going to be.
Oh, are we talking about this?
I'm going to because screw it.
Okay.
I am going to be in Nashville this year for Riff Tracks Live. Woo! I'm so excited.
Woo!
If there was ever a movie that I had to go see live, Rad is it. I booked the hotel room, which I did it on one that I could refund just in case I'm not able to actually get tickets. Because the tickets haven't gone on sale yet. They go on sale early. They go on sale early for backers of the Kickstarter, which I was. So, and I only need to get 2, one for me and one for the missus. We're gonna use it as.
Oh, she going too?
Yeah, we're gonna use it as like a late anniversary trip for this year. Our wedding anniversary is at the end of July. So instead of doing something then, and we didn't get to last year, we were going to go to like Niagara Falls or whatever last year. And we just didn't have the opportunity to do so. So we're going to have our trip this year. And I had some friends last week who were driving down, or the beginning of this week, who were driving down to Nashville. And they sent like an update like when they got to Kentucky. And I'm like, oh, where are they going? She's like, Nashville. I'm like, I want to go to Nashville. And she said, okay. And I said, for August 17th. And she said, okay, we'll do it. I'm like, sweet.
Oh, wow. It was that easy.
It was that easy. So, and she's like, yeah, it'll be like a late anniversary trip. All I had to do was ask. All this time, apparently, it turns out all I had to do was ask. But yeah, so we're going to go down there for a couple days.
I didn't know it was going to be your anniversary. Because I was thinking about, because like when you told me that you were going, I was just like, because I've said in the past, it's like if you go, I'll go ahead and go too, and we'll meet up there. But if it's your anniversary, I don't want to like.
Oh no. The whole reason is because of Riff Tracks Live stuff. That's the reason for going where we're going.
Okay.
But we're gonna go down, spend like the day before doing stuff and the day of doing whatever we find to do while we're down there.
Okay.
But yeah, no, definitely part of that will include hanging out with people that have only been text on a screen or voices in my ear. People that I've never actually met yet. But I did let a bunch of people from Riff Tracks know, and they all seemed pretty excited about that. So it'll be nice to get to meet some of y'all in person. Finally.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm about 90% there. So
do it.
I'm about look. I'm gonna talk myself into it. All right. Yeah, like I said, I'm about 95% there. I think I'll probably be 100% when I actually buy the tickets, because if I go, I'll have I won't have to pay for the plane ride. So that's a big factor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably going to be there.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Because that would be kind of weird if I went and you didn't.
Hopefully. Yeah. So this is our big weird way of saying that we're going to Riff Tracks Live this year on the podcast.
Yes.
Is anybody in the chat to hear this great announcement? No? Where's
No, it
Josh
doesn't look like it.
Flowers?
Josh isn't here today. It's kind of weird. He's probably working.
That is weird. Does he hate us?
Yes, he hates us now because we haven't done anything in a
he-
couple weeks.
Yeah, they all hate us now. They're like, well, they're not going to do it all the time. That's okay. They probably heard that. I'm not going to make that joke. Anyway, what?
No, we will hopefully be back on a more regular schedule now with this. It's kind of hard to do things when my kids are home all day for spring break and all that jazz too.
Yeah,
so that kind of
yeah.
screwed that up. But yeah, no, we'll be back next week. Actually, let me look. I don't know, maybe Monday, depending on what comes out today. If anything
Yeah.
gets released, which they didn't ever release last week because of Easter, but
I'll tell you what. I mean, and we definitely always stick to the plans we make on the podcast for what we do next week. That's something that totally has. But if nothing gets released today, I can just catch up on The Mandalorian. We can do the True Blue Mando cast next week.
oh yeah, we can talk about that because some big things happened this season, and I think next week is the finale. So, if nothing else, we'll do a complete season recap.
Yeah. Well, I mean, have we done a dedicated episode to the True Blue Mando cast?
No, we have not.
Maybe we should do that.
Yeah, maybe. I think it might
Maybe.
be a good idea.
It's guaranteed to happen now, folks.
Also, we have a special guest that's going to be joining us soon. I have to work out
Wait,
details
what?
with him, and obviously I have to tell Dave about it. But
Yeah. Wait, you tell me these things on the podcast?
I'll tell you about this off the air, Dave. As soon as we're
Is
done
it somebody I know?
here. Maybe.
Is it somebody in Rift Racks?
Not exactly.
I
It's
know
somebody.
most of
It's
those guys.
it's somebody who works with Frank and Trace and Mary Jo Peel. And does
Wait,
things
what?
for them. Yes. So that's your little hint, listeners. It's somebody that works with Frank, Trace, and Mary Jo. And on that note,
Okay, okay. I'm not even gonna bother guessing because you're just gonna tell me.
yeah, I'll tell you in a minute when we're done. On that note, I think that's going to wrap us up today. Thanks for hanging out with us, even enduring my cough and all my throat clearing and all that fun stuff.
It's fine. You're fine, Jeremy.
Yeah.
And thanks for hanging out with me because it's after work for me, and I may or may not be inhibited by booze. So,
Dave's got to go to bed soon.
yeah.
All right, guys. If you liked what you heard today, you can support us if you want, or if you can by subscribing on Twitch or dropping some bits, or anything. You can even just follow us on Twitch. That's the best way to know when the podcast is live. And we have been adding episodes to the main podcast sites. I've dribbled a couple in there. I think I'm finally done with last season. I might have one more to
people have
do
been
for
asking
last
me
season,
about that.
but
Like for some reason, people send me messages on Twitch to ask about that. I'm like, I don't know.
but a few more have gone up. Let me see. I think, did I get the season finale in there? Our best of last year. I might not have put that one up yet. I'm checking right now, waiting for it to load. Yes, no, I still have the best of last year to put up. And then the episodes that we've done this year so far will all be going up soon-ish. Like I always say, soon-ish. I'll probably get one up today because I still have a couple hours before I have to go to work, but I probably won't want to do anything.
We got things to do.
I got things to do and places to go and people to kick out.
Oh no.
Which is that's my favorite thing to do at work is kick people out when they are like on their phones, or I love it when people try and sneak into movies. I had a grown ass adult, someone our age, Dave, go into a movie.
Sneak into the movie
the other day without buying
What are you
a ticket.
doing with your life?
And it wasn't even like a normal movie. It was like a special event thing, some like limited release of a movie called Beautiful Disaster. And yeah, Yeah, there was not a lot of people in there. Those are not ones you want to sneak into because it's so much easier for me to catch you when I'm checking the number of people in the theater to the number of seats sold, and there's one more person than the 12 people that bought tickets for it, and there's only one person sitting by themselves. You make it real easy, guys, for me to go in and be like, hey, you got a ticket? And they say no, and then they walk out.
That's really sad.
Yeah, like I get it if it's like kids like trying to sneak in. That's one thing. You know, it's still not good to do, but I get it more when your kids are like, you know, like a younger teenager or whatever, and your friends are like, oh, let's go. We're going to buy tickets to the Super Mario movie, but we're going to go into John Wick instead. You're still going to get caught, but like at least that makes sense to me, the thought process behind it, as opposed to...
because kids are stupid.
Yeah, that's being someone in their 40s
brains
and
haven't fully formed.
And going into a movie without buying a ticket when you're in your 40s, like, come on, guys. Come on. Anyway, I just went off on a little tangent there. Sorry about that.
Yeah, well,
but
I'll try to close the podcast.
yeah, you can follow the podcast on Twitter at TBRiffcast. That's it. I'm done.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I'm Dave. Check me out at davechadwick.info. Check out my books on Amazon and Audible.
Any update on your last audiobook? Is Rick still working on that? Or
Robot Co-op the other day. Oh, I guess I should say that. I was on Robot Co-op the other day. So go to twitch.tv /robot just search for Robot Co-op. You'll find it. And watch the last episode with me on it. And we talk about my books and all that.
Yay. All right, guys, that'll do it for this week's episode. We will see you guys next time right here on the True Blue Riffcast.
All right, see ya. Rock till you die.